Okay, so I've come back. While I was away, I went ahead and assigned focus to each fixture, okay? And I added in the washes from the side sections, okay? So now we have 3 systems, front light, side light, and they're all 36 degrees, and they're all focused on specific focus points. So if I hit Shift C, you'll see everybody in 3D is sort of pointed in a direction, okay? The next thing I'm gonna do is number my units, and a lot of that can be accomplished using automatic tools. So if I select all, Command A, I can come up in here into the Spotlight tool sets, the Spotlight menu, and we can use auto number positions, okay? And what that will do is drop all of the unit numbers in based on position, okay? So you'll see this is like unit 1, right? It'll tell you it's pipe up here at the top on pipe C, right? This is unit 1 on pipe 1 because it's on the vertical pipe, right? So your vertical pipes are numbering from top to bottom. Your horizontal pipes are numbering from left to right. Typically, you might number these from right to left if you were in a proscenium theater. That's just like a general standard, but you can kind of choose as long as you're consistent, okay? This auto numbering is set up in the positions, right? So each of these hanging positions has information assigned to it about what direction it numbers in automatically, so that then once it's set up, you just select everything and it numbers it for you. Again, I have a separate video about setting up your hanging positions if you're working without a built plot or a built template file. So that's something I can talk you through as well. So now they all have unit numbers. Unit numbers fall right here on the center of the body of the fixture. So the next thing I'm going to do is channels. And the channel number, I'm going to use the Spotlight numbering tool right here, okay? So if I click Spotlight numbering, it gives you a ton of options, right? So we just did unit number, so now let's find channel, and that's what we'll do next, okay? If you have this set up in this way, right, then you are incrementing by 1. So as you click, right, because the primary direction is manual, right? As you click across, it will number those units for you. We're going to start at, I'm going to start at 11, right? I'm going to do the front light system as 11 through whatever would be 19. Then I'll do a side light system 21 to 29 and another side light system 31 to 39. If you are a lighting designer and you have your own channeling system, go for it, live your life. But in general, I'm going to do my systems in that way so that it's easy for me to know where my channels are. So I'm going to just click here, starting at 11. I say, okay, now there's a crosshairs on my cursor, and I'm just going to number these fixtures the way that I would set up my channels. So 11, 12, 13, you'll notice on the cursor, it tells you what channel number you're working with. Oh no, we're doing a terrible thing. Hold on, do you see what I just did? I accidentally have a unit number that's also incrementing, and I do not want that. So I'm gonna hit escape. That undoes whatever I was in the middle of when you hit escape twice. We're gonna come back into Spotlight numbering and like fix that shit. So we want unit number not to be checked. We just want to mess with the channel, okay? So the channel starting at 1, no other check marks, okay? Now let's try again, all right? So take my crosshairs, 1, 11, 12. Oh God, what is happening? It started at 19 again. Escape, escape, escape. Let's try again. Not the unit number, thank you. Uncheck the channel, and please start at 11. Okay. There Here we go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay? So now that I'm done, I'm just gonna click outside of any fixture, double click, that sets that. Okay, so that gives me 11 through 19. Now I go back into Spotlight numbering, I adjust it so that I start at 21. The reason being I want my area A lights to be numbered 11, 21, 31, so that when I'm programming, it's easy for me to call that group up together. So we're starting at 21, okay. Same process, right? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, double click outside. Same once more. We're gonna start at 31, okay. 3, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, double click outside. All right, so this one is just continuing to be highlighted for reasons I don't know. So now I have channels. There is another shape, right? This is all part of label legend. So let's talk quickly about your label legend situation on your units, right? So typically on a light plot, we want a unit number that talks about position. We want a channel number that talks about where it is in the board. And then you can include additional information if you want to, but you don't have to, right? In general, a dimmer is not necessary because your master electrician will deal with that. But sometimes if it's going to be you, then you might assign a dimmer, or you might assign a set of addresses if it's an LED fixture. Those things can be attached as well in your label legend. The other thing you will almost always have is a color, unless again it's an LED. So if you have a color or a frost, that would sit out in front of your fixture. So I'm going to just open up our label legend tool, right? So that you can see sort of how this all works. So we do have a default label legend, that's the active one. And if you want to, you can come in and edit your 2D layout or your fields, right? So we're going to actually start by editing our fields, and we're going to remove this delightful dimmer that we do not need, okay? You'll also notice, right, that there are a couple of different columns here. One of them is right reading, so that means all of the numbers will be oriented relative to the page as opposed to relative to the fixture. Typically, I'll make all of the numbers, the unit, the channel, right reading, and I'll leave the color aligned with the front of the fixture. So that's usually my move. If you want to include other fixture type, other information, right? If there's other stuff specifically that you want to attach, you can add all this business into your label legend, right? But in our case, we really just need a unit number, a color, and a channel. Some people will put the purpose. If that's helpful to you, you can. And that would give you either an indicator about your focus point or an indicator about what system that light is part of. So some people will do that. And we also can change things like your font size, your alignment, what class, all of that kind of stuff can live here, right? We're using a layout symbol of a source for regular LECO. If you want to lay out based on another symbol, right? So you will sometimes have different label legends depending on what light you're using. Then you would create a different label legend for that specific fixture, okay? We're gonna go with this stuff for now. I'm gonna click OK. Now I can go in and edit the 2D layout, okay? So here's the 2D layout. Because I removed that dimmer, the dimmer number and the hexagon is gone, right? This is all related to the data of the fixture. So when you add things in that checklist, they pop up. And then you place them on the fixture relative to your body, your unit body. So I'm actually gonna move the channel and its container, which is that little circle, close up to the butt of the light. And I'm gonna leave everything else the same. I could move the color maybe a little closer to the nose of the fixture, all right? then I say exit symbol. So that's the label legend, and you'll notice now that they're updated, that it is updated, and that those hexagons are gone, right? Because there's no longer a dimmer field. The last thing you'll do, right, when you set up this plot would be to choose some color and assign it to these fixtures. So if you select your front light system, right, so I'm just selecting all of these lights that are part of my front light system, and I do have a little bit of messed up unit numbering down here that I'll go back and fix in a minute, then I can set the color all at once. Let's say I wanted this to be Rosco 60. And that will now appear off the front of the light, okay? It also, when you assign this color, it actually attaches this color to the light, right? So Vectorworks is designed to know your basic swatchbook colors. So when you assign R60 to the fixture, it knows that that's Rosco 60, which is light blue, and in any renderings or any transfer into, for example, ETC Augmented, it will bring that color in at the same time, which is really nice and quite smart. Hi friends. So I'm gonna pause where I am in this process, right? And I'm gonna make a new separate video about title blocks in particular. There are two things about them that I'd like to talk through. One is pulling a title block in as a resource from a previous file, which is what most of you will probably do, because I'm going to create a title block specifically for lighting so that you have it. The other one is building your own title block, which is a process. So I will also teach that skill in a separate video if that's something you're interested in doing, if you want to customize your title block or create your own. But I'm not going to make you do that on this project because it's annoying. So eventually you will plate your light plot with a title block, and it'll be created either yourself or it'll be pulled from this resource file I'm about to make for you when I stop being so freaking frustrated by the title block tools in Vectorworks, which I love and are wonderful, but which are annoying and a pain to set up. So that is coming soon. In the meantime, go ahead and get all of your labeling done, and I will see you shortly. Bye.